So, which with Watchmen Chapter 2 having its official release date being December 3rd, when at least when it hits home media, and I'll be watching it. I mentioned that I wanted to talk about the Watchmen series, which I didn't get a chance to talk about before Watchmen Chapter 1 came out. I have reviews for the Watchmen comic, the movie, the Zack Snyder movie, and I reviewed Watchmen Chapter 1, the animated film, and now we're going to be talking about Chapter 2 in December. And I'll also be I'm talking about this show. And this, by the way, if you want this Blu-ray, this is not on Max anymore. It's getting rarer to find. Get it now. I had a hard time tracking this down. But this show, I think let's get the obvious out of the way. This is one of the things that's hurt this show quality-wise is the fact that it is cliffhanger. It's canceled. A lot of the story events that we're building in the show all season, we will never see resolutions to them. They're not major cliffhangers, I would say. I think it kind of just leaves the door open for more. This was necessary. It says limited series on the front of this, but this was not meant to be a limited series. It was meant to continue. Especially since this show is a continuation of the comic and not so much the Zack Snyder film. And I think that's why this show feels not great to me. I like the ideas in this show. I like a lot of the creative filmmaking and weird stuff this show does. It's not afraid to be comic booky, which is something the Zack Snyder film felt maybe it was a little embarrassed to do. This show didn't feel that way to me. It has so many weird, bizarre moments. Like the comic book. Definitely feels more in line with The Boys, though, at times. I don't really like that so much. That's not Watchmen, right? But I think where this movie, or the show falters, is it's trying to be a sequel to the graphic novel, but also be a sequel to the Zack Snyder film. Because who would watch this show who's read the graphic novel in the mainstream sense? Like, if I read the graphic novel, I'd want to watch a Watchmen show just because I'd be curious. But, like, if your only knowledge of Watchmen is the Zack Snyder movie, you're going to be very, very confused because there's so many bits in that thing that are one-to-one, but there's also several sequences that they change, like the ending with the squid and all this stuff. I don't know. It's a weird thing. The Watchmen series is kind of odd. To me, this reminds me of Doctor Sleep. A lot of people really like that movie. I'm okay with it, but it definitely shows of, like, being of two minds, where it wants to be a sequel to The Shining, the Kubrick movie, and the part of it wants to be a Stephen King adaptation. I'm closer to the book, right? And this is the same thing with this is trying to be closer to the comic. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And so it makes for a very mixed bag thing of a show. I say if you really love the comic and you're curious, check it out. But it's not a great series overall. It's got great things about it. It's got some good performances. Like I said, I love how weird and different this show is at times. But it definitely has some issues. Let me know your thoughts, like, share, and subscribe.